know those people who established dynasties so powerful that their names echo through the centuries? I'm one of them.
Everything is just one big joke on the island of Tropico. Your research team is incompetent, your diplomat is a snob, and your radio DJ is a bit promiscuous. But that's okay, because both Tropico 5 and its digital inhabitants don't take anything too seriously. This real-time strategy game wraps its irreverent wit around some easily approachable mechanics that smartly grow in complexity as you move through the ages and become more acquainted with your new role as El Presidente. Okay, hang on a second, I'm getting ahead of myself, since you don't actually start as El Presidente in the beginning. Instead, Tropico 5 starts you off as just a lowly governor in the Victorian era under the service of the Crown. From these humble beginnings, you must guide your people through World War II and the Cold War and beyond. Each age brings with it a new set of challenges as your tiny island nation is sandwiched between the world's rotating superpowers. But as your trusted advisor says, it is your will alone that is holding Tropico together, and that means doing anything and everything necessary to stay in office, whether it's rigging the next election or putting down civilian riots. After all, you're doing this for the good of your people and your Swiss bank account. Throughout the ages, your advisors take excellent care in making sure ruling over your citizens is as easy as it is enjoyable, even if you don't know a thing about politics. Starting in the Victorian era, Lord Oaksworth, emissary to the Crown, guides you through building your first resource-gathering structures, such as a logging camp, so that the king can complete some harebrained scheme. These missions to build certain structures or complete certain tasks continue throughout the game, and as you grow and define the style of your nation, they can be accepted or ignored as needed. However, each mission carries with it some sort of political consequence. Usually it's a trade-off between appeasing one faction on the island and angering another, such as siding with the Crown over the revolutionaries, or later the Axis supporters over the Allied supporters. Thankfully, you don't have to please everyone. You just have to stay in power. Forever. Virtually every choice you make, from the buildings you build to the people you trade with, will have some sort of impact on your standing with the island's various factions. Molding popular opinion to your advantage is an enjoyable and ever-changing challenge that grows in complexity as you move through the ages and more factions are introduced. But while this game's simple mission design is there to reel you in, it's Tropico 5's sense of humor that baits the hook. From the wording of your island's constitution to the musings of your radio DJ, this game's irreverent streak touches every aspect of the island. And in its own way, this devil-may-care attitude is fitting for Tropico 5, since the game isn't concerned with breaking down every little bit of minutia for the player. It gives you just enough information to make an informed decision without leaving you lost in a maze of sub-menus. There's a lot to enjoy on the sandy beaches of Tropico 5. Whether you're playing alone or with up to 3 others online, the game strikes a good balance between style and substance that is easy to digest for all types of strategy fans. And while the rest of the world tears itself apart with World War this and Cold War that, the simple-minded Tropicans are always there to kick up their feet and take it easy for all us sinners.